Thank you so much. All right, I got to ask you first. So my agent in radio is here, and he's way more than my agent at this point, and he is a resident of Florida, and he hasn't shut up about your CNBC interview the other day, and your economic message for the country. When you and I have talked on radio, I do have to tell you, I've laughed afterwards each time when I ask you about the economy in Florida. One of the things you've mentioned is cutting tolls, lowering rates. My relatives who live there love it, but I'm like, the president can't cut tolls in Iowa. Suddenly, we've got this economic vision from you about the country that I think is just connecting, because it's free market, but it's also recognizing that we have a lot of big businesses in the country now that the government spends more time surrounding them with lobbyists and regulators to protect them from the little guy ever daring to challenge them. So it's been refreshing to hear this economic vision that doesn't abandon conservative principles of the free market, but recognizes we really don't have one right now.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's great to be here. Thank you all for coming, and it's great to be back in Georgia. I will say, as somebody who was born and raised in Florida, the Florida-Georgia game was a little easier lift for us back in the day than it is now. And you Georgians know what I mean. So congratulations on all the success. And I talk about all the stuff in Florida, and I'll talk about the economy nationally and in Florida, and I can point to so many things that we've done better on. Almost everything policy-wise I can point out, or many things. College football's not necessarily been one of them, so we're trying to turn the corner. And I realized this my first year as governor. I asked my staff to give me letters of congratulations for all Florida's high school blue chip football recruits, because we've got great high school football in Florida. And I'm signing these letters, and it's like, "Dear Michael, congratulations on going to the University of Georgia. Congratulations on going to Alabama." And I'm like, why am I congratulating them for leaving our state? That didn't used to be what it was. So anyways, Florida-Georgia game, let's just say I'm going to be, cheering as the governor, but I am not going to be putting any money on the Gators this year. So, part of the thing I think with the economy is, one, a lot of the problems we have are still legacies of the COVID policies that this country did that did not work. And I think we just have to be honest about that, because we cannot go down this road again. When you stop the economy, when you pay people not to work, when you keep kids out of school, all of that has an effect. When you print trillions and trillions of dollars, that has a major, major impact. People were predicting that we would have the inflation that we've seen. And when the media says it's slowing, understand that's still adding on everything that's happened. And so you now have a situation where middle-class families working hard, playing by the rules, getting the most out of their God-given ability, are struggling to be able to raise families, to afford a house, to afford to purchase a new car. And if our country can't do well for those people who are doing everything right, we are just not going to be successful as a country. And so a lot of this has been government-driven. I look at the mortgage rates. We're now over 7, heading towards 8%. If you take the median home in this country 5 years ago and compare what that mortgage payment monthly would be to the median home today and the mortgage payment with these interest rates, it's over twice as much on a monthly basis. So how is that sustainable for having a strong middle class? And so we have to recognize government's role in putting us into this mess. The amount of money that the Congress has spent has been totally outrageous over the last 4 or 5 years. It has not been effective, and it's caused a lot of problems. The way government, particularly under Biden, operates, regulations, bureaucracy, that benefits big corporations, and it hurts small businesses, individual entrepreneurs, medium-sized businesses. It gives them a competitive advantage. Our country is going to succeed or not based on whether we can have small businesses thrive and individual entrepreneurs do well. So we're going to take that. I've already said on day one, all of Biden's executive orders and regulations are going in the trash can January 20th, 2025. That's going to be very, very positive.